Well, welcome
Welcome
to
to
Shady
Shade
in
in
the
the
City.
City.
I am your girl, Treese.
It's Nels.
And I promise y'all, my computer did not start doing this until I literally start recording. But yes, we are here to do our review of 90 Day Fiancé the Other Way, Season 4, Episode 4. Don't have the name for you, sorry. And because honestly, a lot of the times I feel like their names don't make any sense. But yeah, if you have not already, Shade Squad, please make sure that you have hit that like button.
And that subscribe button.
And y'all, let's get into it. We met all our fools, and they continue to show us why they're foolish. So let's get into it and let's talk about it, and let's get shady. So Jen has gotten to India, and she still got what, 6 hours to go before she gets to see her fiance Rishi. But you know what? That's what love is about, you know. She'll travel any ocean, climb any mountain.
Yeah, she will.
Yeah,
He won't even tell her family. He won't even tell his damn family.
That part. So she worries if she's still going to be attracted to him. And, you know, she does admit that she has like this history of being all in. And then, you know, probably clearly ignoring red flags like we see her doing. And then, you know, slowly falling out of interest. So Rishi is super excited about Jen's arrival, but his mom is like, yo, you know, she's talking to him. He comes out, he's trying to leave the house. And she's like, well, I'm just trying to figure out like what your schedule looks like for the day because
I got some wives I want you to meet.
Right. We got some people that came to Jaipur. I believe that's how they say it.
Mm-hmm.
And to come meet you. And I would feel some type of way if I was that girl's family. You got me coming all the way over here to meet your son and he ain't available.
Okay, well, your son is a grown man and you didn't check with your son's schedule before you told people to come tomorrow.
I guess Nels has points. So he kind of puts his mama off and tells her that he must go to the gym. And you know, he is worried that his mother won't accept the relationship with Jen, but he feels like Jen is the only woman he has ever risked losing his family for. So he hopes that they, you know, accept her.
He was feeling guilty though about lying to his mom about going to the gym. But it don't matter. He don't give a damn. He going to the apartment. He going to meet his girl. And yeah, it is what it is. Okay, am I tripping? Listen. So when it came back from commercial, did you see the lady go over to where the cows were and pick up cow poop and making like shit pies? Am I tripping? Or did you see that too?
I did not see nobody make shit pies. I definitely
There was listen, I rewinded it because I thought I was tripping. Me and Ari watched it. Like Ari was like, what is she doing? She literally went in there where the cows was, picked up a scoop of poop, laid it out in the sun, molded it, because there was other dried out shit pies in the sun.
dung. It's cow.
I guess that's the proper name for it. What the hell is
that's the proper name.
So is this a thing?
We'll have to
dung pie.
All right, Shade Squad.
Trees have done some research.
Right. Thanks to good old Google, we have learned that apparently cow dung patties in India is a thing. Apparently, they do burn these, and it's supposed to be, I guess, what would they say it does to the air?
Like doesn't it clean it or something? I don't remember.
Like
anti-pollutant.
It's an anti-pollutant, is what Google says, and has anti-radiation qualities that benefit the environment. So they're not eating the cow dung.
Well, I didn't think she was eating it. I just know she was like playing with it in her hands, no gloves, no nothing, and it didn't mean nothing to her. She just
Well, why would she? It purifies the air. Why wouldn't it purify?
Give a damn? That's like saying, oh, fertilizer is great for the grass. Guess what? We still use gloves and all types of shit to put that cow shit down there, don't we? Jenny finally made it to Japan.
Her name is Jen.
Jen. You know what's so bad? My notes actually say Jen.
She want her to be Jenny so bad.
She might as well be.
She will. She might as well.
I mean, it's basically the same story. I mean, for real.
Yeah.
It's basically the same story. But Jen finally made it to Japan. And Rishi, he comes to greet her at the door, their front door, because, he ain't greet her nowhere else. He ain't go to the airport, no, none of that. The apartment door, with some flowers. Now, walking in this apartment, she loves it. He takes her to her room where he wrote, "I love you," and flower petals. And she's like, "Hold up, boo, you ain't normally, romantic and stuff." So she is loving it. Okay. She completely loses it. She's, she is in heaven. Now,
it was really romantic. I thought that was cute.
It was cute. I was like, that's some shit Trace would love.
I was like, why don't you ever do that? Why didn't you never think to?
So she has him go to get some adult beverages. And they were sitting on a patio. And he talks about how she tastes better
than the drink. Oh, he ready. He said, look,
he was hot and ready. Yeah, Rishi
said, I'm backed up.
I was like, I was not ready for this. This is what we getting into already. And then she noticed
that's what he was trying to get into already.
Yeah, he was definitely trying to. Then she noticed that he kept on looking at his watch, and she's like, "What's up? Sorry, why? I just got here. Like, what's going on?" So he let her know, he's trying to figure out how much time he has to spend with her. He done left his family. He done told a bunch of lies to be there.
Because he got a curfew.
Exactly. And she says that she would love him to stay the night, but in reality, she actually doesn't mind him leaving because she wants to take things a little bit slower and get familiar again.
Richie's confused. He's like, so we hold engaged, and now you want to take it slow?
Well, I think the issue is because he said, he was like, we did it 2 years ago. What's the difference now?
Before we was engaged.
Exactly. And she basically explains, like, she don't want him to get comfortable and be like, well, what the hell am I marrying you for, since you here, you getting it, like, what the hell? Which
he tries to explain the milk cow, as we know as Americans.
But you know what? In this situation, to me, it actually makes more sense because nobody even knows that they're together. So right. He could get just comfortable.
Be playing in my face like a cow dung patty.
I just want to know why a cow dung patty is in your face. She asked him, okay, well, basically now that that's on the table, how long do you think it's going to be before you decide to tell your family? And he's like, well, I want to, bring you to them first. There's no rush. And this is why she said what she said, because now there's no rush. Now that, guess what? There's no rush to get this either.
And she said it may not be no rush, but guess what? This expiration on this visitor's visa, that ends.
She's like, this expires, in 4 months.
Yeah, she got 4 months.
Basically, you got 4 months to get us together. So Jen spent her first night in the apartment. She said it was okay. It was all right. Rishi.
She said it was cold as hell.
Rishi went home and said, luckily everybody was asleep, so he was able to sneak some things out. It seems like the only thing he snuck out was some yoga mats, but the girl needed some heat. Oh, he did take a heater.
I was gonna say he brought her a heater.
She needed some heat, some blankets, some toilet paper, and some towels. And when she mentioned it to him, he didn't really seem to give two shits. He basically said, "Okay, we're going."
You know what? I'm gonna give it to him. I thought he brought the yoga mats for her to dry off on. I was like, I said, I don't know.
When you ever dried off on a yoga mat?
Maybe they do it different there. I ain't know. He ain't bringing no towels. I didn't know. I didn't know what the yoga mats were for when the girl was cold and clearly
all he cared about was doing some damn yoga. Okay, he was excited to do some damn yoga. which I don't remember what it was called, but I don't know, it's some type of like intimate type of yoga that he was excited to do.
I'll say
And
I call it sexy yoga.
yeah, he said it builds trust. But when she mentioned this intimate yoga, she's like, okay, this is pretty intimate, you know what I mean? It got her to thinking, within this 2 years, sir, did you have sex with anybody else? And he's like, no. He's denying it. He's like, oh, I was not available for that. I work 16-hour days. I hate when dudes say that they ain't got no time for that. You gonna make
Right.
time for what you want. Okay, so basically, she says, look, she's like, okay, screw all that. I just want to clarify. So are you saying you didn't hook up with anybody? You wasn't in chat with anybody? I said, you trying to catch this nigga up in a lie, girl. That's what you're trying to do. And he says that you can still hear me, right?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay. And he says no, that he didn't hook up with nobody, but he did have people in his chat giving him a bunch of compliments and stuff like that. And from what we saw,
But he said it was nothing that wasn't friendly.
what do you mean? You mean beyond
No, he
being
mean it
friendly?
was just friendly. He was like it was
Yeah, it
normal.
was just friendly.
Yeah.
And we saw that. That's what the same thing we thought with the homegirl also. Now he felt in some type of way because he said he'd been faithful. And she don't trust him or whatever, but he he's not taking it full on because he is lying about something. His mama out here looking for a whole bride for him. But Jen says, you know what, she's gonna trust him. She's gonna leave it alone unless somebody come knocking at her door. Then that's a whole different story. Then she have to deal with that when she deal with it. So then Rishi takes her out shopping because he plans to take her to meet his family tomorrow. And he feels that this is a huge deal for her to wear the Indian dress because, it shows him that she's adopting the culture. Now, she says that she met Rishi's family before at his sister's wedding a few years ago. But, they had no idea that they were in a relationship. And it was super quick. But now this is the first time she's going to get to have like a real conversation with them. So, she's kind of excited, a little nervous or whatever.
He just
Now,
want her to look good and impress the family. So they'd be like,
I
oh,
thought,
nice.
I thought at the wedding she actually looked good.
I thought
Picture
I know y'all might disagree with me, Shade Squad, but I actually can applaud Rishi. I thought this was a good way. He knows his family better than, and at least he ain't got her living up in the house under his mother's nose while she hunching him. So at least he's trying to do it the right way.
Yeah. Now she says, the worker in the store or whatever, he's bringing out like these different saris, and she feels like they're too much, like a little too overdressed for what Rishi's trying to introduce her as. And she basically lets him know, like,
This gets her in her feelings, and I understand.
yeah, she was like, so how bad would it be if you introduced me as your fiance? He basically tells her that they'll put him on house arrest.
And we know that that can happen. I feel like Sumit's family did something very similar.
And then he says that they may try to push him into an arranged marriage. And she's like,
She's like, well, go ahead, and I hope that work out.
Like, I work out for you. Like, I don't give a damn. Okay, you know what? So, she's basically pissed off at this point. She's like, look, when my visa expires, I'll be here for that long. When you ready to tell your family what's really going on, you let me know. Okay. And she says she's super frustrated because she's just confused because before you were in control and now all of a sudden you're not, and you're worried that they're going to put you into an arranged marriage. Like, sir, what really is it?
Right.
He says that he just wants everybody to things to be comfortable. Well, I'm not. I'm over here freezing my ass off over here by my damn self because you don't want to tell your peoples. But she's like, you know what? Call me a car. I need to go home. You know what I mean? I need to think about this. She's feeling like, she sacrificed too much because she completely uprooted her life for this man, and this man can't even introduce her to his family. So it's about time, she got her head on straight and, she put her foot down.
I ain't mad at her. It's about damn time. I mean, I will say that she played it well.
It's about that.
Said, I'm gonna wait till I get over there, and then I'm gonna tell him how I really feel.
She should let him smell it first. A little bit.
You stupid. Isabel and Gabe. Isabel is super excited, getting ready for Gabe's arrival. She's getting the kids together so they can go meet him at the airport. And both of the kids are actually super excited that he's coming as well. Isabel says Gabe and Sarah have a very close relationship, which we know Sarah's her daughter. They often talk and are a big support to each other. So she admits her relationships previous to this have not been the best in relation to her kids. So they, what, of course, now you got, okay. Sorry, guys, got to go off camera. So they do the infamous airport run into each other's arms, and then they're joined by the kids in a big family group hug.
I really liked that because the kids were involved in it. It was super sweet. Everybody was really happy to see him.
Right. Now, Gabe shares that his mom was always concerned when he came out as trans that he wouldn't find a family that was going to love him completely and accept him. However, he feels he found that in Isabel and her family. He then shows off his tattoo that he got of her name, and she's super shocked and surprised.
And that he covered up the ex's name also.
Right.
So she know it's real. She know it's real.
And she says that she loves that he's showing how much he loves her. And she feels like that she's living in a fairy tale and just hope that it lasts. So then they go off into the streets of Medellin. Now, she wanted to take him out to do something fun. Her idea of fun and my idea of fun are totally different. But again, different strokes for different folks. So she takes him out to try chimichurri. I don't want to call it because I know what
chimichurri. I think it was chinchurria. Chinchurria.
Yeah. But doesn't want to tell him what it is before he eats it.
I thought it was beef. I love how he took it and he was like, it's wiggly.
See, I feel like I thought it was but I mean that's how somebody got me to eat calamari for the first time. They just didn't tell me what it was. And then when I was munching on it thinking it was the most delicious thing, they decided to work it to me. So I get it.
That's different than what he was eating, though.
No, that was much different. So she then tells him, and he's like, I'm not really feeling this. And then she tells him that it's actually cow intestines. So he doesn't think that it's good. And it's surprising because she done ate all hers. She was like licking her lips, like, that was good.
But he already knew something was up because he said it smelled funny. It was wiggly like a worm. He was already skeptical.
Gotta love 90 Day Fiancé. You learn something new every day. Look, I know better when I go to Colombia what I'm not getting. So she asked
me, like, it's beef.
Right.
What's for dinner?
Him, I'd be like, what type of, what grade is this? So he asked, does your family know? And which I kind of felt was weird. And I don't know if this is like an editing thing, because I feel like we clearly know that he knows that her family doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to tell her family. So for him to now sit in this conversation with her and be like, does your family know? Mm-hmm. I just thought that was kind of weird because I was like, we know her family doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
But she says no, but does tell him that Sarah knows, which apparently is a surprise to him. And it actually makes him feel good because he's like, she's never treated me differently.
And she's never brought it up. He had no idea that she knew. So
then he brings up her dad and her mom. And she lets him know that, it's basically his choice if he decides he wants to share that with them. But he's like, I don't want to keep any secrets from your family. So she does let him know her dad might be the problem. And feels like her mom will probably be more like Sarah and just be like, whatever. Now, so Gabe is concerned that, wondering if her family is going to accept him. And he tells her the next time that they go visit her family that they're going to talk to her parents.
I love how she was like, well, it's up to you. You really ain't got to tell them.
Right.
He like, I don't want to keep secrets.
Because I get it. She's like, if I don't have a problem with it, why you know?
She's like, ain't nobody gonna know, no way.
Right.
Chris and Jamie, they wake up in bed looking super, super duper cozy. They looking like they look like they had an amazing night, and they said they had an amazing night. Okay. Now, Chris, she just got too much going on for me. She said she got to go to the pharmacy today to get some toothpaste. Can't use Jamie's toothpaste because she's allergic to mint. It's just too much. I'm not even there. I'm not even Jamie. I'm not even in the relationship. And this is too much for me. This is overwhelming for me. Now, did you want to say what you got to say now, or you want me to keep going?
No, keep going, keep going.
Okay, so Chris surprised Jamie with wedding shoes, apparently that she wanted, and also she says that she got her a wedding dress, and she says, you know what, boo, I took care of this because you was in charge of taking care of the apartment and paying for that stuff. So then this woman decides to jump straight into a heavy conversation right
You
after
did.
having an amazing night, right after telling her that I'm allergic to um mint
Vince.
and I have narcolepsy and might kick you in your sleep and all. Now you want to get into a heavy conversation. It's literally not even been 24 hours, but you know what? That's neither here nor there. So basically, she tells her that you know they need to come together when it's as far as making decisions go because Jamie got the apartment. She signed for the apartment and then let her know that it was $100 over the budget. And of course, Chris is feeling some type of way because Chris said that she was gonna pay all the bills. And Jamie lets her know, look, boo, I still work. Okay, it's just $100. If you need help, I got
Right.
you. We in this together. This is a partnership. You ain't got to be my
And
sugar
I will
mom.
say, in 90-day fiance history, that is the first time I've heard that.
Heard what?
Where the other person is like, don't worry about it. I got a job. I got you. I'll help you.
Yeah.
Nobody ever says that. They fully expect. And don't get me wrong, you make like I get it why they expect that. But I actually that made me really like Jamie a lot more
Mm-hmm.
because she's like, no, I wasn't planning to live off you. Like
Mm-hmm.
I have a job.
But even though she volunteered it, Chris says that she's happy to pay all the bills.
100%.
She just hopes that, um, since it's more than what she budgeted for, things just won't be too tight. And, Jamie's like, okay, like basically I volunteered. Thanks. I tried to offer my helping hand. So Chris and Jamie are walking to the store and, Chris is just noticing all the huge differences between there and Alabama. Talking about how big the buildings are and there's only houses, girl. Please, you probably got all dirt roads and hay bales and all types of shit. Anyways, Chris is loving the fact that they can be open, with their relationship. She says back home, they would have got looks, they would have people would have said something, they would got some type of comments, okay? Um, so they get to the pharmacy and girl, this child is picking up bubblegum flavored toothpaste. I know this girl breath got a smell. I just feel it. I just feel it deep in my soul that her breath is not minty fresh. Well, clearly it ain't minty fresh. It
I
ain't.
feel the same way. That's the
It
only
ain't. It ain't fresh. It ain't fresh. Cause people that chew bubble gum all day. I mean, listen, listen. It ain't. If it ain't spearmint, it ain't mint. It's gonna smell. I'm just saying. Okay. It's giving bazooka dried up smell is what it's giving me. Look,
mm,
you see that face? That's what it's giving me. That's
mm.
what it's giving me right there. But then she lets her know that she also has to get some pain meds for her neck. Apparently, previously she got in a car accident, and then she was in another one 7 days ago, 7 days before this happened. And then the airplane ride didn't help either. So, like I said, this girl just got too much
Okay,
going on.
okay. This is where I feel bad for our girl. What? Because
But who? What girl?
Chris, and hear me out. I was sitting ready to say something smart, and I said, "Oh, this is a lot. She got too much. She has all these issues." Now, the one thing I'm gonna say, Shade Squad, you may or may not know, your girl suffers from chronic neck and back pain. Dealing with, well, I wouldn't say dealing with it right now, but I understand how this woman feels when she's like, at some point, I'm not going to be able to turn my head because I know what that feels like. I'm not gonna lie to you. Once she started talking about that, my heart went out to her. But now granted, these things didn't start for me until I was in my relationship. However, if I were to get into a new relationship or meet someone else, I would definitely disclose that I have
Mhm.
these issues. And for her to tell Jamie that she's had these issues for years,
21 years. Been living with it for 21 years, and then tells her that she has to get $100,000 surgery or she won't be able to move her neck one day. And you see how you said you would tell someone else that you have these issues with an S. That's not issues. That's an issue. A issue. She has issues.
Eventually, as they linger, end up in situations like as you know, I just went and got an X-ray of my spine. Like, it's a thing.
Yes, lady has issues.
Yeah, she does. And I'm not about to get the issues, Shade Squad. I'm just saying that from some.
Listen, she got more issues than 67-year-old Debbie, and you would think they would be flip-flopping. 67-year-old Debbie out here traveling, meeting 24-year-old men, okay, out here living her life like a little young whippersnapper. And this and freaking Chris need to be in a damn nursing home some damn well.
That's not nice. All right, this is gonna be fun stuff. Mahmoud and Nicole are leaving the airport. Ibrahim, his cousin, comes to pick them up, and she's happy to be there, but mad that he complained about her clothes the first 5 minutes she was there. She is mad at him, and she wants to avoid an argument in front of his cousin and at the airport. Smart girl. Now, Mahmoud realizes he could have waited to say something to Nicole. I said, okay. So he does have some self reflection. Okay. However, does he care? I can't tell you that.
I think he cares more that nobody sees her crotch.
Right. So Nicole wants to talk about, they get to his house, and Nicole is just not happy this whole time. It doesn't seem like she's happy. Mahmoud's like, I am so happy that you're here. And she's just like, yeah, it's so great.
She's like, who the hell are you on your phone with? Get off your phone. Like, I'm here.
Oh, he was on his phone.
Like, and so he just want to do whatever so that they don't argue, because he said they always argue the first few days that she's there, and he ain't trying to go through that. He ain't trying to deal with that.
In the meantime, between time, Nicole is just like, I think we need a space of our own. And she says that, his mom is a matriarch. All the kids live in the building, and she just wants her own space after coming from living by herself, and realizes that, this is going to be a challenge for her coming back into the situation. Now, when she gets there, the whole family is waiting for her. Literally.
Yeah, they are.
And they all hope that she does, they all really like her apparently, but they all hope she decides to stay. And they're all making like little jokes and remarks like, oh, I hope you're staying this time. And, I don't think that helped. Nicole enjoys apparently interacting with his family, but it can be overwhelming. So she says that, apparently somebody brought out a plate of fried potatoes. You knew I was really into that, right? I would have been so into that.
It was basically potato chips. They made homemade potato chips.
I wonder if they do that in Idaho. We're going to Idaho. Anyway, maybe who's from Idaho? Maybe we'll see Nicole. Maybe we'll see Nicole there.
Why you think she left Egypt?
Yeah.
Oh, but she was living in LA anyway.
By the time she's done, she's gonna have to go back to Idaho and sell some potatoes.
You're the worst.
Back to, do you know how high the rent is in California?
I do.
If I was her, I would have subleased my place.
That's why she had all them jobs.
Okay. So apparently the sister-in-law really, really likes her. And yeah,
Fatima.
her brother,
or Fatima.
Yeah. So then her brother, talks about how he went through the same thing with his wife when she first got there. And it took her a while to warm up, but she eventually came around. And, she's asked her, she said, well, do you have any friends? And she looked at her, she said, no.
No, we don't really go out here.
Well, I will say, she said Egyptian women don't really go out. Because she's from a different culture, so
Yeah, she said we don't really go out here.
she might want to pop out.
She 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 said we don't go out here.
But then the brother says, "No, your friends are your family."
The look on that girl's face was like,
Why would you need to hang out with anybody else? And the sister-in-law is like, we can go shopping all the time. I said, that baby is dying to get out that house. All right, so she says the chaos, basically, if his family is still there and him talking about her clothes, she feels like not much has changed since he left. So Mahmoud and Nicole finally go to the room to rest. And she immediately talks about the noise going on outside their room. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, Shade Squad. I heard the noise outside the room a damn self.
I feel it. Because I'm a bit of an introvert.
And I'm not even a light sleeper, but I will say, and Nels can tell you, and like she's worse than me. I need space. I have lived by myself for too long when I want to go in my corner and not be bothered. And I think that's probably why me and Nels can be around each other for long periods of time, because we can be in the same room with each other and not talk to each other. and we don't feel weird about it. No, nobody feels like they have to say anything.
We both like that shit.
We both like it. It's okay. We're still together. So yeah, no. Mahmoud tells her she needs to live there a little longer and basically get adjusted, and says that last time she was there when they got married, they had their own place, and after 2 months she decided to leave. So he doesn't want to do that again. She tells him the religion is so rigid, and Mahmoud tries to make her understand that it's a part of his religion, and he told her this before they got married. Now, I will say in this moment, I did feel like Nicole was complaining a lot, because I think that with anything that you pick up or do spiritually, physically, whatever, I think that you should go into it and do research and know exactly what you're getting into before you do it. Like before I started doing yoga, yeah, it may be a great thing for everybody else, but I went and looked that shit out. I don't know what y'all doing over there.
This is some type of cult.
Right. Like, I mean, CrossFit. Why I never did CrossFit? Because I looked it up and I realized what they was doing in there, and I don't want to do it. That's not my type of class. So I just feel like in anything that you are striving to do or want to do, you're doing yourself a disservice by not doing your own research. And again, she did herself a disservice. I don't know what else to say. Nicole is crazy, but I felt like she was,
and she really just wants him to tell her that she can wear whatever she wants,
and he's not going to tell her that.
rather than saying, you know what, I messed up. I signed up for this without doing my research. Let me do it now. She keeps on just saying, okay, I admit it. I made a mistake.
Instead of trying to embrace it, learn.
Exactly. Now fix it.
Right. So she wants to keep talking about this tonight. Why? I don't know. Is she supposed to be there for a while? Why they need to solve this tonight is beyond me.
And Mahmoud already knows where this is going. He's like, yeah, let's deal with this tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day. Now let's move on to my favorites. Debbie. We love her. Well, I love her. So Debbie
and I love Debbie too. I just wish Debbie had some sense.
I think she got plenty of sense. She just, not when it comes to love.
Oh, okay.
You know, some people are dumb for love, but she clearly has sense. She's not.
No, she got some sense.
She's not a stupid woman by any means.
When it comes to love, she's missing the mark.
Yeah. So Debbie and her son Julian are headed to go see an attorney because, you know, her son's worried that this, you know, Mr. Osama is going to take all her money, take all her funds. And she want to let him know, I got a prenup in place. I got you taken care of. My kids are my first priority, and that's what we're going to do. So they sit down with the lawyer, and she explains the prenup. Basically, Osama is going to keep what he has. She's going to keep what she has. And that's, you know, how it works. So Julian wants to know, since Osama's in another country, are they going to honor, this contract that was made here in the U.S.? And she says the contract that she writes up is construed under the law of Georgia. And that's basically the best that she can do.
She can't promise him what's going to work over there.
Exactly. So as long as her assets are here, they'll be safe here in Georgia. But now that the attorney has learned that Osama is only 24 years old and ain't got nothing, the lawyer's seeing all types of red flags too. Okay. Now, Debbie did ask if everything happens the way she plans for it to happen, like a complete fairy tale, and she wants to drop a little money on her honey. What do you suggest as a lawyer? And the lawyer says, do not, by any means, do not amend this prenup. Okay. And maybe get a separate joint bank account so you can control the money that's being dropped on this honey. Okay. And literally, there is fire all over Julian's face. He is on fire. Okay. Because he feels that since his mama already mentioned dropping some money on him, that she's already done it and just ain't say nothing. So he felt like, Osama's a master manipulator and he already got some money out his mama. He's gonna get some more. You got anything you want to add? That's it. That's all I got.
She a damn fool.
Don't do that. Don't do that to Debbie.
No, I told y'all, Debbie, maybe this man really do. We get to see next episode. I think we get to finally meet Osama.
I'm starting to feel like a lot of these men in other countries are just like older women. Rishi, what's his face? Mahmoud. Now Osama. Who else is there? All of these women are, now she's significantly older than him, but all of these women are older than these dudes.
I don't know.
They said age ain't nothing but a number. Going down ain't nothing but a thing.
We all know who said that. I don't know if we want. I don't know if we want to follow his example.
We are following it. They are in other countries. They are
embracing
they're embracing this.
Yeah. Thank you, Shade Squad, for tuning in to another crazy review of 90 Day Fiancé.
Yes, thank you.
The other way, if you have not already, please make sure that you hit that like button.
You comment.
You subscribe.
And you hit the notification bell.
And y'all, we're exactly 5 days away now from the best day of Pisces season. I just want you to know. So if you haven't already, y'all seen my camera going out. Please, we accept all blessings and monetary donations. Cashapp. So your girl can fix her fixins. Okay?
Fixins.
But yes, thank you guys. Did I do the like, comment, subscribe? Oh, okay. Yeah, and thank you guys for following us on all platforms. TikTok, IG, Facebook, Twitter. And as you know, catch us tomorrow. Well, me tomorrow on Twitter live. I'll be giving you my live reactions for Married at First Sight. Favorite thing to do. We have a great time over there. Yeah, we will catch y'all next week for another review of, actually, I'm gonna lie to y'all. This is the day before my birthday. 90 Day might be real late. But anyway, you will get the review. Give me some birthday grace. We appreciate you. And yeah, we will catch you for another review of 90 Day Fiancé sometime next week. Have a good night.
Good night.